Hi, everyone. I'm Mrs. Sanders. I used to be at Stevens Middle School and now I'm at the high school by my own choosing, and I'm very, very excited. And I'm very excited to be your teacher this year. I am heartbroken that we are remote learning, but it is what it is, and hopefully we can be back together in the classroom at school and having a nice experience here at school. So I just want to take a few minutes and just explain to you kind of how class will work, how to get a hold of me, how to some of the bells and the whistles you can look forward to. So this quarter, you will have advisory, which is for most of you, it's your first period class. First period, second period, and third period. And we'll be together for 9 weeks. And then the second 9 weeks, somewhere around early November, it will be periods 4, 5, 6, 7. So I won't see you, nor will I assign you any work during that time. And then you'll be back at the end of January for the next 9 weeks, and we'll finish up the year of learning. And then you'll finish up the 4, 5, 6, 7 at the end, like quarters. So that's kind of how we're structuring it. A few things I want you to think of. There's two things that I think are the hardest part of this. I think time management is definitely hard for many, many people. I want you to think about having a routine of sorts. It doesn't have to be super structured, but having a point where you wake up and do your thing, like in the morning if you exercise or however your morning routine looks, have a good breakfast, but have your time set aside for school because attendance will be taken in every class. I'm not exactly sure how that looks, but you are expected to attend school as much as you can. Make sure though you're taking time in your schedule that you've created where you're doing things that you choose to do, your self-care, your exercising, your running, your cycling, your video games, your time with your friends, whatever it is that makes you happy. Just make sure that you include all of it and schedule it. So time management will be very, very important. But the school is very important because it counts. Unlike last spring, where the work didn't count and the grades didn't count, this counts. And I just want you to take advantage of this opportunity to do as well as you possibly can. The second thing I think is going to be tricky is organization. And we're going to talk a lot about in our Google Drive how to stay organized with folders. I don't know about you, but when I look at Google Docs, I have 100,000 of them. And so we're going to try to keep those organized, and I'll talk more about that later this week. Um, Things about the class, we're going to have to be flexible. It's my job is to teach you. So if you're good at everything right off the bat, I haven't done a very good job teaching you. So I want you to think about the struggle. And especially if you are in U.S. history, you're going to have times where you have to strategically think and you might get a little bit off topic. And that's okay. What the key is your stamina, your staying with it, and the ability to read a text, to understand the context and the subtext. So I want you to think about welcoming the struggle. In any of my classes, you should be able to answer these three questions. If you can't answer these three questions, then I have not made the learning intentions very clear, nor what it means to be successful. So these are things that I will talk about every single day. And the last thing is we will be meeting virtually. Depending on what period you have, what class you have, which period is when you'll have a Google Meet. But basically you can imagine you're going to have 2 Google Meets during the class section a week. For like first period, we'll have 2 meets a week. For second period, you'll have 2 weeks a meet and so forth. Advisory also included. For my class, we have some norms. If you can attend, you're not having issues with your internet, a device, whatever. If you can attend, I want you to attend. If you just want to sleep in because you stayed up too late binge watching your favorite show, that is not where we should go with this. We should make sure you hold that schedule to yourself. So I want you to attend if you can. You'll mute your microphone. And then some people will talk, depending if we have, in October, we can have breakout rooms. But in the beginning, mute your microphone, otherwise nobody can hear anything. Turning on your camera for me is always optional. Many of you are just rolling out of bed and you just don't want to turn on your camera. I get it. Some of you don't want to because maybe you have little siblings running around and you just don't want to be distracting. It doesn't bother me at all. Some of you want to turn your camera on. Great, awesome. I want you to participate. Participating doesn't necessarily mean talking. It could be comments in the comment section. And then we have a citizenship rubric that we're going to follow as well. In this class, we have, depending on what class you have, there are websites. So here is the website for U.S. history. And we'll talk about this a lot the first few days of school. Explains the school, but included is like a course syllabus and a calendar, what to expect. And then the other class I'm teaching this quarter is English 9. So things to look forward to that way. I want you to every single day check your Gmail. Every single day I want you to check your school Gmail, because sometimes I need to get a hold of you, and that's a great way to get a hold of you. Every single school day you should check your periods 1, 2, and 3 classrooms to keep up on that. So I've sent you to your Gmail the classroom invitations, and you can see here on my screen that some of you had joined, and that's pretty cool. I look forward if you ever need to talk, like let's say you're confused, let's say the technology is not working, let's say maybe you have a busy house with siblings and you just don't have a quiet place to work. Let me know. We have some options here and I can help you through those options, whether you can come on campus and work. I think we can have small groups come work, but we can figure stuff out. I'm flexible. I want to be reasonable, and I really want this to be a great experience this 2020-2021 school year. So thank you for letting me be your teacher, and I hopefully will see you soon.